Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about some cool 1971, 72, 73, 74 quarters. We're going to talk about a rare 1970 error quarter that was made on a 1941 Canadian quarter. So we're going to get into the details about how that error probably happened and what it's actually worth. And we're going to talk about this victory nickel right over here towards the end of the video, to give you a kind of little basic introduction into the victory nickels in case you haven't seen too many of them before. All right, but let's first talk about the 71 until 74 mintages for these quarters. Now this tells kind of an interesting story because the 1971 mintages are quite low, very, very, very low. So 1971 Philadelphia mint quarter, there were 109 million of those produced. The following year, 72, there were 215 million, then 346 million, and then in 1974, there are 801 million coins produced. So this quarter right here is approximately 8 times more rare than this one right here, just based on the mintages alone. Now in 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, they were also producing quarters at the Denver Mint. So the Denver Mint actually had pretty high mintages. They had higher than the Philadelphia Mint for 71, 72 for those first 2 years. So the 1971 Philadelphia and 72 Philadelphia are going to be a little bit more rare. They probably won't get you more than face value, but if you're just rolling through quarters looking to build a set registry, meaning one from each year, the 71 is going to be a little bit harder for you to find. So understandable if you're watching this video because you're having a hard time coming across one. All right, now let's talk about that 1970 quarter. That is the error coin. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have one in front of me right now, but looking at the reverse, we'll be able to tell the story quite easily. So if the error coin exists because there's a 1941 date that appears above the word dollar on the reverse of the coin. So what people think caused that was a 1941 Canadian quarter running through the 1970 run of quarters. So I imagine what happened there was a 1971 quarter either got produced, then got stuck in the mint process somewhere, and then they that quarter ran through when the United States quarters were being produced. Or the other theory there is that someone explicitly and intentionally took a 1971 quarter and then 1941 Canadian quarter and then ran it through the 1970 run of quarters. So either theory, pretty cool, and the value of the coin is actually worth even more than you might realize. So the coin is valued at $35,000. So super valuable coin right there. And that coin is certified by NGC. So that helps a lot when it goes to sell at an auction. So having that certification kind of verifies people's theory about what happened there, and that it is actually a 1970 quarter that is struck on a 1941 Canadian planchet or 1941 Canadian quarter. So let's. I also wanted to talk about a new term that I came across. I was researching some quarters that I had where it looked like the rim was kind of rolling up, and I came across the phrase Drier Coins. So I wanted to talk to you about Drier Coins. You might be more familiar with them than I am, but if you look online, if you do a Google search for Drier Coins, you'll come across some pretty cool images. But what a Drier coin looks like is when the edge of the coin rolls up and it becomes a lot flatter, a lot smoother around the outside of the quarter. So that is what's known as a Drier quarter. Now a Drier, it could be a Drier quarter, it could be any other Drier coins. Now what happens with the Drier coin is it doesn't actually get stuck in with the like regular clothes. With the commercial dryers, there's often like two different drums. There's like a drum that rotates inside another drum. So the coin gets stuck in between the two drums, and then it just kind of tumbles around and around and around and around. So that's what creates these drier coins that have rolled up edges. Now, unfortunately, those are post-mint damage, so they're not going to get you, they're not going to be worth any additional money. Usually the error coins have to be caused at the mint for them to actually be worth money, worth additional money. But these drier coins, they get stuck in the drum, and then they come out looking pretty cool. So if you've got one that's pretty heavily damaged, where the edge is rolled up, then you might have what's known as a drier coin. So just thought I'd introduce you to that phrase. It's something that I was unfamiliar with until researching for today's video. All right, we talked about some cool 70s quarter. Now the last part of the video, I wanted just to introduce you to this coin right here. This is what's known as a Liberty nickel. This particular coin was made from 83 until 1913. Its metal content is a copper and nickel. It has a pretty heavy weight to it. It's 5 grams. And what you see on the obverse right there is the head of Liberty with 13 stars around the head, representing the first 13 colonies, colonies/states of the United States of America. Now the reverse has a very cool image as well. So we flip it over and we see that V right there in the center. V representing the Roman numeral 5 within the wreath. Now this coin that I have right here is in pretty good condition. I've got some other Victory nickels that are in much, much, much worse shape. The key points on the reverse to look for is right down there at that ribbon and knot right there. If yours isn't as worn out as mine, that's one of the first areas that it will be worn out, as well as kind of all around that wreath. That's the high point on the reverse. And then on the obverse right there, little Liberty's kind of visor. It's probably visor, probably isn't the right word, but you know what I'm talking about. It says in letters Liberty right there. So that's a point that you're going to want to look at for yours. Now, as far as the mintages for this particular coin, they kind of vary a lot, but in 1908 there were 22 million of them made. So that seems to be kind of the averages. It looks like the low years were 1984. 1984 there were only 5 million made. And then it kind of goes up and down, ranging in generally the 20 to 30 million coins made. So chances are you can purchase one of these online relatively cheap if you're looking to build a set of these coins, or go to your LCS, local coin shop, and pick one up. All right, I'll start the sign-off process. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching these coins. I really do appreciate the support and the fans that I've got out there that kind of keep me going at this and making videos every day. So a special shout out to you, and thank you for watching this video all the way through. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy.